Hi everyone! Today I'm going to share an exercise with you that helps develop your child's fine motor skills, their rhythmic skills, and their drumming. If you don't have a drum at home, that's okay. You can make one or you can find one with just the stuff that's in your house. For example, I made my own hand drum here. I use these with some of my music classes because I like to show kids that they can be creative and make their own instruments, and I use some of the materials from home. So what I used for this one is I used a chunk of builder's tube. If you have someone in your family who is a construction worker or has access to that, then you might have some of it lying around. If you don't, you can find it at the hardware store. During what's happening right now, I wouldn't suggest making any trips out to the hardware store because you can certainly use other items in your home, like a coffee can or a pot from your cupboard. What I did to make this drum is I used this builder's tube. I took some clear packing tape and I went across the top of the drum really tight, to make that very tight, several times across to create this drum membrane here. And then I took some duct tape and I wrapped it around the outside of it to seal and cover the edges of the clear packing tape. Then I just added some stickers on it for fun. It doesn't have the best acoustic quality, but it's a fun project for your kids to do, and you can use stuff from your home. And if it gets damaged because it's being used by tiny hands, that's okay because it was relatively inexpensive. So today I'm going to do an activity with you. You can do this with your child from birth to 36 months of age. That's primarily the age group of our programming. You can use this with your older children as well. I'm sure they would find some fun in it. Depending on how old your child is, you might have to adapt how you do this exercise. So if your child is not quite at the stage where they're using their hands, they've developed those fine motor skills or they're strengthening them, you can of course do this activity on different parts of their body. On their feet, on their legs, on their belly, your choice. So this activity goes to the song of Dreidel, Dreidel, Dreidel. I like to use relatively recognizable short tunes that are going to be easy for you to remember and easy for your child to remember, and that will trigger the movement or the activity that they do, then they associate with that song. So this particular song goes something like this. Rappa tappa tappa, tapping on my drum. Rappa tappa tappa, drumming's really fun. You can do this exercise and teach them tempo, so how slow or how fast you want to play a song. Rappa tappa tappa, tapping on my drum. Or you can go faster. Rappa tappa tappa, drumming's really fun. You can teach them dynamics, so how quiet or how loud. Rappa tappa tappa, tapping on my drum. Rappa tappa tappa, drumming's really fun. So teaching your child dynamics and tempo, developing those fine motor skills in their hands, and channeling their energy that they have, their percussive energy. Because if you've experienced this, which I have a 14-month-old toddler running around using anything and everything as a percussion instrument. It's a very exciting and a very interesting stage because the music is endless. They're experimenting with sounds and with texture and with touching things. But if your child sometimes gets a little bit too crazy with their percussive smashing of things, you can channel that into an instrument or into an activity with them. So you can actually use pots from your kitchen as well. Different ones will have different sounds for you, so this is kind of fun because you can get bigger ones, you can get smaller ones. I would suggest encouraging using your hands because it strengthens the fine motor skills of your child and also is easier on your ears. If you were using something to hit your drum, like a mallet or a spoon or other types of objects, that can get really loud and is not so kind on your ears for isolation at home. If you're using your hands, you can control the dynamics level, so how loud, how soft your child goes, and it creates a more tactile experience for them and a little bit more of a holistic approach to that rhythm. they feel the rhythm in their body. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Check out my YouTube channel because I will be posting more videos as this goes along. Check out my website because I do have music education resources there. Unfortunately, right now we're not hosting any live classes, but Bay Beats will be hopefully out there in the community once some of this COVID settles down. Have fun with your kids, get playing with them, exploring sounds, and stay healthy.